right, welcome back, everyone. We're back live at the 2022 WPBA Predator Canada Women's Open. We're in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, the beautiful Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center. And we've got a great match for you here. Leanne, Lini taking on Ashley Burrows. And these ladies started a couple minutes early and caught me off guard, so we're tuning in just a couple of minutes late into this first match. Or first game, rather, sorry. But we didn't miss too much, thankfully. And so we have Leanne in the black outfit here at the table right now. And we have Ashley in the purple shirt. A couple other matches. I can see the scores on here still from the previous round. It looks like Vero Menard won the first set 4-2 against Jana Montour. The second set, Jana currently leads 2-1. And on the table beside this one, Denise Belanger won the first set 4-3. Sorry, lost the first set 4-3 against Kathy Metzinger. And Kathy currently leads the second set 2-1. So a couple of matches from the previous round still underway. And still a little ways to go in both those matches. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube for this match. So make sure you share that stream lots for me. Click the thumbs up on the YouTube. We also have two other fantastic streams going in the room. We have our man Rod Arriagada, our counterpart from Winnipeg, rocking the 7-foot table stream over there. He had a guest commentator, Mary Avina, sitting in with him. So that's pretty cool. He's giving you all the coverage of the amateur event on the 7-foot tables, the newly unveiled Predator 7-foot league tables. And the main stream in the room, of course, is the Predator Arena table. And you can find that on World Billiard TV on YouTube. And I'm just going to take a look and see if they're back live yet. I know they just finished a match. Looks like they'll have Mate Ropero Garcia versus Marianne McConnell. And they're coming up right away. Scheduled for noon, just maybe a few minutes behind there, so just hang in there if you're waiting to watch that match. Denise Belanger is still in Lisa Carver. She's currently playing on the table beside this one. And she is trailing 2-1 in the second set and down a set to Kathy Metzinger, the Alberta gal. So it's an all-Canadian battle over there, and it's an all-Canadian battle on table 5 as well, with Vero Menard taking on Jana Montour. Meanwhile, we got Leanne looking pretty good on this 8-ball. Spears in the cut, but I feel like she need to get a little closer to this 9. This shot is extremely tough. Not easy to zing this one all the way back. I feel like she needs to get south of the side pocket here. And she's going to try to spin this around going forward. And so if you guys are looking for the brackets, all you people out there, they are on ProBilliardSeries.com. You'll see right at the top of the page, there's a button for the Predator Canada Women's Open. You click on that, it'll take you to a link for the bracket, as well as the player list. So we can find out where these players are from, what their Fargo ratings are. Ashley Burrows, 6'13" from Brooklyn, New York. Leanne Lini, 4'5'7" from Ontario, Canada. So Ashley with a tough shot here. I think she needs to pot the 9 in the low left with lots of low left spin on the cue ball. Drawing the cue ball off the right side rail over to the left side of the table to pot the 10 in the lower right next. Lots of low left. Got to smooth this one too. Tricky little shot. Overcut it by a hair, but she's going to leave a bit of a tricky one back for Leanne. Not easy to make it all the way back down here for the 10 next. And if you're just tuning into this event for the first time this week, these ladies will play a best of 3 sets, and if they tie one set each, they'll go to a spot shot shootout. And we did see a pretty exciting match last night that went to a spot shot shootout. So I wonder if we'll see any today. Next match after this one scheduled for 2 o'clock. That's Mountain Time. And I'll see, yeah, it looks like Kelly Fisher versus Christina Zlativa is the next match scheduled on this table. The next match on the arena table is Sakura Muramatsu versus Joanne Ashton. So another chance for Ashley here. Another tricky little shot. Lots of distance here and not easy to control the spin on the cue ball. Shooting that far away. Hola, Joey Horn on the Facebook chat. Welcome everyone else just tuning in. If you can do me a favor, click that share button. Click the thumbs up on the YouTube. You're listening to Ben Francis on the mic right now. We'll have some other folks joining me throughout the day, hopefully. Ashley with this 10 ball put the first game on the board in this match. And she leads 1-0 in this race to 4. It is winner breaks format here as well. And just to give you a quick idea of what happens if they tie a set each, it'll go to this shootout here, where each player will get 4 innings from the green square, green rectangle. If they tie after 4 innings, it'll go to a sudden death shootout, and that little green square will turn into or green rectangle will turn into a little green square half the size. They'll move it back a diamond. Shot becomes about twice as hard. Hello, Terry, Robert, Alex, everyone else tuning in. Welcome, everyone. We're at the 2022 WPBA Predator Canada Open. It's the Women's Open. They ended up with about, I think, 41 players, 42 players. Giant prize pool, $50,000 added to this event. US dollar. And Ashley to break, leading 1-0, breaking near the middle. Let's see how she hits it. We want to look at the balls behind the 1 ball going towards their respective side pockets. And it looked like she maybe didn't get a totally tight rack there because those balls didn't move at all, and she did hit it quite well. We were informed yesterday of the rules here as far as checking the racks. They're not even allowed to look at it. Hazel Ward in the house. Welcome. If you were watching the last arena table match, Brittany Bryant and Naomi put on a good show. Brittany winning 4-2, 4-0. So let's see what Leanne has here. Looks like she does have to play the 2 in the lower left. I don't think the combination on the 8 is very makeable, so lower left for the 2. Probably have to dig into this cue ball a bit and get it coming around off some rails, which she tried to do. Around off a couple rails, made it in the wrong pocket. So it'll be Ashley's shot. If she doesn't like this shot, she can give it back, but of course she'll shoot it. 10-ball rules. If you fluke a ball, it is your opponent's option. So say she was hooked behind the 5, she would make Leanne shoot again. Nice clean shot there. Good position on the 4. Slight angle to slide up for the 5 next. She may have covered most of that lower left corner where she needs to play the 6. So she'll need to deal with that problem. And Ashley Burrows won a pretty good last match in a shootout, beating Bean Hung 3-2 in the shootout. That's a huge win. Bean Hung being the 3rd highest Fargo in the tournament, Ashley being the number 5 seed on the WPBA rankings. They put on a good show on table 3 last night at 5 o'clock. Going to the shootout, always exciting for the fans. Does she play the combination here? It looks a little tough. The 10 near the rail. Got to be very precise, and it's easy to hang that 10 right over the hole. It sounds like she called a 6. So she's going to try to squeak this one by. About half a pocket. Oh, she did really well there. And she got a nice little bump on the 7. All she has to do is roll this one in. The 8 ball's right next door. And then I believe she'll play a 9-10 combination with the way it lays. The 10 isn't too far from the hole, and the 9 lays nice to hit it pretty full. Touch of inside to try to hold it, and an overcut. What happens there when you play inside, especially on the new cloth, is it's going to make the ball deflect. So it's going to push to the right, the cue ball, and you're going to overcut it. Your natural line gets thrown off a little bit. That's why you see her overcut it just a touch. Hazel is saying, I'm guessing you don't have to call shots and dirty shots count. You have to call the shot. You have to call the ball in the pocket. So if it goes in off another ball or something like that, it doesn't matter. But you do have to call the ball in the pocket. No flukes allowed. Leanne with a great chance to tie this up. All she needs to do is roll this in. She's going to have a great shot on this 9-10 combination next. Oh, this could work too. I'm not a huge fan of that play, but it could work out. As long as she didn't land 2 straight in here. Let's see what this side view tells us. I didn't get a chance to adjust this camera as the ladies were still playing on that other table, but I will try to do it possibly during the dinner break between the the end of the 2 o'clock round and the start of the 5 o'clock round. Oh, she squeezed that one in there nicely. Good shot. James wants to know what girl is Leanne. This is Leanne right now at the table. So we have Leanne in the black shirt and we have Ashley in the purple. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. That was a holding the breath moment. Ties it up at 1. I have a feeling we may have a shootout in this match. It looks like kind of just the way things are going. I'll give you guys a quick view of the room here, or most of the room. You kind of see on the right side of your screen there's a bit of a raised section there with some seating to watch the arena table. And the rest of the room that you can see there is all these 7-foot tables. On the amateur side of the room there. Now, of course, we have the 2022 CSI Western Canadian Championships going on over there. And if Krista Walsh is still in the house, we'll put it on this side view for her. You know, she's trying to see if Denise can force another shootout. She's up 3-2 in the second set and at the table. Denise winning the shootout last night to get herself into this match this morning. And they're grinding over there. They're having a long one. They've been playing since 10. If it carries on into the shootout, they're getting their money's worth. Let's take a look at this cut break from Leanne from the right side of the table, our left side. And she didn't cut it, so she's not making the 1. You have to cut it just a little or hit it extremely hard and full in the face to get that 1 ball towards the side pocket. Tricky little break. That's a lot of the reason they actually started moving the game from 9-ball to 10-ball originally was the break in 9-ball was a little bit too easy, and the break in 10-ball is very difficult. So Ashley to the table here with a pretty good opportunity to retake the lead, although I think she was trying to just maybe clip that too. Because although she has a shot in the side pocket here, getting to the 3 is not really a high percentage possibility. So she may just play a safety, rolling up on a 6-ball here. And that she does. Well, the 2 bounce out and give her an edge. I don't think she'll be able to pot it. And if Wayne's coming to see if it's frozen, then she definitely can't see any. She's going to have to kick to the top rail, and the 3 kind of blocks the natural path there. Hazel Ward wants to know where we're at. We're at the Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. If anybody's in the area, come check it out. Come watch in person, no charge to get in and watch. Lots of pool to watch. If you're just tuning in, we also have 2 other streams going in the room. We have our man Rod Arriagata, Q Sports Live, Winnipeg, streaming all his 7-foot action over there. I think he's got a pretty cool guest commentator in with him too. Mary Avina was sitting in last I looked. And of course the Predator Arena table streaming on World Billiard TV. You can find that on YouTube. So at least if you're like Hazel and you're far away, we got you covered. In total, streaming 4 tables at this event. All kinds of different pool happening. They had some Scotch doubles. They had some 10 ball, some 8 ball. Men's, women's. Now we got the women's pro 10 ball on the 9-footers. Good mix of different styles of pool this week. Ashley with the nice clean shot on the 3 there. She'd love to have that cue ball roll a couple more ball widths so that she could get a touch closer to the 5, but I think she'll be okay. That's right, Terry. No snooker. No snooker. No 3 cushion. She's going to try to swing around. Oh, wow. She tried to check it up to get the cue ball to go to the left side of the 8, but she got through the 7-8 window and landed pretty good on this 5, although slightly hampered with cueing near the 6. But a clean stroke again. Stroke tempo seems to look pretty good. Slow backswing, small pause, smooth acceleration. And she doesn't like the angle she has here because the 9 ball kind of comes into play. So we'll see what she chooses. Tough to kind of hit this with inside spin and avoid the 9, especially on a slick cloth. She needs to play a good one here. Oh, she played the safety all the way. Cue ball underneath the 7-10. And I think she got it. I think she got coverage here, full ball. Might see Leanne go with a short cue. It looks like that is exactly what she's going to do. And let's see, do we have something happening over there on the other table? It looks like we've got Kathy at the table over there. Or do we have Denise? We have Denise at the table there. Trying to close out this second set and force a shootout. Certainly if they get to the shootout, I'll leave the camera like this and we can try to watch a little bit of that too. We'll try to keep score. Whoa, what an attempt that was. Very good effort and not a bad result. I think she got rewarded for a good hit there by not selling out a super makeable shot for Ashley here. James Brinson, just seeing your comments in the YouTube now, sir. What top woman isn't there, he says. Yeah, there. Seems like it's who's who of female pool. Yeah, it really is. There's a few missing, but it's pretty stacked field. I was talking to the tournament director this morning, and I said I'm pretty excited for the final 16 because the level of play has already been unreal. I can't imagine how it could get any better, but it will. It's going to get even more exciting. Like Larry Walper says, it's like camping. I see Larry Walper just tuned in. So I'm just trying to see what's happening on that other table there. Are we into the shootout now? We sure are. It looks like we're going to have Denise shoot first. So here we go. First shot of the shootout over there on the back table. Meanwhile, looks like Leanne's played a pretty good shot here on the 7 to find a safety behind the 10, but I'm thinking it might have leaked out a little bit. Ashley may be able to see the edge of that and get the cue ball 2 rails safe behind the 9. Krista's heart is pounding. I bet it is. Now it looks like Denise has missed the first shot. That shootout is terrifying. It's so much fun. I think that's one thing that you really have to remind yourself when you're in big spots like that, you're feeling really nervous, is that's what you play for. That's what we all play for, mostly, of course. We want to feel that excitement, the rush of adrenaline, the pressure. Makes us feel alive, right? So it's fun. You have to remind yourself, this is fun. This is what I came for. And just enjoy it. Don't let it get the better of you. And honestly, those spot shots are very hard. And then you add in the amount of pressure of the situation, and it's just extremely hard. It's just extremely, extremely hard out there. So first 2 shots missed. Leanne with a nice look at this 8. Just needs to avoid crashing into the 10. Oh, and she got the horn in the side pocket. It's going to leave her real far away from the 9. She's not going to like that, but still a very makeable shot. Diane, I know you prefer the other camera, but I'm going to leave it here just since they're in a shootout on that second table. But certainly the other camera angle is a little better. So as soon as that shootout is over, I'll move back over to our main camera view. It's just our secondary side view. We're just watching the table in the background. And Kathy makes the second spot shot. So there's pressure for Denise on this one, because if she doesn't make it, Kathy can win the match by making her next shot. So a big moment over there for Denise. In her eyes, must be a absolute must-make shot. And good morning, Peter Robertson from Adelaide, Australia. Friday morning over there, 4 a.m. Nerve-wracking moments over there. Not easy to hold the focus. So that's why we saw Denise stand up. She knows she needs to make this ball. Meanwhile, Ashley spears in the 10 to take a 2-1 lead over here on Q Sports Live's main streaming table. Let's see if Denise can drain this 10. She doesn't. And now Kathy has a chance to win the match as she's playing her third shot. And Denise has already missed her first 3. Kathy's made 1. This could put it out of reach. Best of 4 shots over there. Best of 4 innings. And if it ties, then they move the ball back a diamond. And they go to sudden death shootout. So best of 4 innings. Kathy's made 1. She's shooting her third shot to win the match. And she drills it. She absolutely drills it. And that's a handshake. That's a handshake. I don't think they realized it yet. No, they realized it. Congratulations to Kathy Metzinger on the win over there against Denise Belanger. Travis wants to know how much to win. I'm not sure if they've got prize money up yet. Let me take a look here. If you'd like to follow along with the brackets, they are under ProBilliardSeries.com. You'll see a tab for the Canada Open. You can find the brackets on there. They don't have the prize money posted yet. Okay, was just checking the brackets here. No prize money posted yet. And we're back to Leanne, Lini, and Ashley Burrows doing battle. Best of 3 sets. If it ties 1 set each, we're going to see the spot shot shootout like we just saw on the other table over there. Pretty exciting stuff. Move my big yellow head. Ron, that's not me sitting there. That was actually Kathy's son, I believe. That was sitting there watching. He's watching his mom take down Denise Belanger. $18K for first, Ronnie says. Yeah, sounds pretty close. Usually they round it up, but we'll see. I did think probably it'd be about 20. So 18 would be a good guess. We got another shootout about to go underway here. Vero Menard won the first set 4-2 over Jenna Montour. And Jenna won the second set 4-2. So another shootout. All Canadian battle over there. Jenna's going to take the first shot. And Maria, there is an amateur event going along at the same time. CSI Western Canadian Championships, and if you'd like to follow along the brackets there, they are on ctsondemand.com. Sounds like Jana drained the opening spot shot. And Ashley has gotten a little fortunate here to, well, I wouldn't say fortunate because she was playing the safe, but she had thought she underhit it and it may have leaked out. There might be a gap there between the 6-3 to make this 2. Maria, yeah, they wouldn't let me play. No over 720s, but to be honest, I'm glad I didn't. I'd rather be over here chatting it up with all of you great fans and watching this epic Canada Women's Open tournament. This is fantastic pool. I learned lots yesterday watching. I plan on learning a lot more today. This looks like Vero has missed her first spot shot. Jana leading 1-0 in the spot shot shootout over there. Wayne Nighter. Great CSI referee here. Nice shot. Nice shot from Leanne. Sticking the cue ball behind the 4. Sending the 3 up table. Ashley has just this one rail kick, but it's not a terrible line. I like these kind of lines where I can find the line to the pocket, sort of pretending like the 3 isn't there. Everybody knows how to scratch. We've all came off the rail and scratched a million times. And if she does happen to pot it somehow, she's going to be on the 4. Purple 4 right by the cue ball here on the same side of the table. Patrick Neal back in the house. Okay, so Jana has missed her second spot shot. Vero with a chance to tie it up here. Oh, and Ashley tries to go an extra rail there to get the hit. She tried to go 2 rails in behind to hit the 3. Didn't quite get the angle correct. Oh, and Vero just drains the spot shot to tie it at 1 over there. Exciting moments. 2 spot shot shootouts in a row from the previous round. Those ladies will be worn out. They got to play again. Not right away, but they will have another match tonight, either at 7 or 9 p.m. I believe 7 or 9. It could be even earlier than that. Let me take a look. Looks like Kathy plays again at 7, as well as the winner of that shootout over there that I'm updating you guys on. Leanne with a just a little drawback here. Look out. Look out. Did she overhit it? Is the 10 covering? I think she's got just enough to make it. I think she's okay. It looks like Jana has drilled the 3rd spot shot. So, in Vero's mind, a must make, because if she misses it, Jana can win on the next shot. Oh, overcut it a little. Is she going to get away with it? 9's a beach ball. Might be able to see the edge, but definitely the side pocket's coming into play. Oh, and Vero drills the spot shot. Must make shot, and she drills it. 2-2 over there. 2-2 over there going into the 4th inning. Exciting times. These spot shot shootouts are just craziest thing. Ashley's going to thin the edge of this one, I think. Oh, good shot. I think it leaked out a little bit. I don't think the 9 is blocking it, but the 8 is almost definitely blocking the pot in the lower left, so. Well executed containing safety there from Ashley Burrows. Oh, and Jana misses the spot shot. Vero's going to have a chance to win this match. 1 shot. Looks to be a pretty good return from Leanne, just getting lots of separation between the balls. Ashley could pot this 4, but getting on the orange 5 next is no walk in the park. We got Vero getting down on this spot shot to win the match. Can she do it? Oh, she misses it. And now they're going to go back a diamond. And it's going to be sudden death. The pressure. The pressure is unreal. Nerve-wracking moments over there for sure. Does she have enough of this 4 to make it in the side? I can't really tell. Maybe our side camera would tell us better. No, not quite. Not quite. So I think she has enough to possibly bank it. And it looks like that's what she's called. David Wilson in the Facebook chat. Welcome, sir. What a shot that is. And she's got the 9 to clear out of the way of the 5. Jana drills the first sudden death spot shot. And now it's a must make for Vero, or she will be exiting the field. This is some distance between the cue ball and the 6 here, but with the 7 right next door, she doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball. She could go forward and play the 7 up table, or she could just try to draw back a little to play the 7 in the lower left. I don't think she has any angle to sort of go forward 2 rails, play the 7 in the same pocket. Don't really think that's possible, so I like her elevating here and try to draw back to play the 7 in the lower left. Oh my goodness, Vero makes the spot shot too from the back diamond. Unbelievable. The sudden death is going to continue over there. Such exciting moments in that shootout. Jason Coleman, what's up, buddy? They let me back on. I was in yesterday too. I haven't had a chance to get over to the 7-foot tables and do some commentary yet, but hopefully later on today we can coordinate that a bit. Looks like that cue ball has slowed down just enough for Leanne to be able to see this 8 ball still. And I can tell you, Jana has made the second sudden death spot shot. And now the pressure back on Vero. Must make again to force a third spot shot in the sudden death. Unreal pressure over there. Super exciting. And thanks, Jason. Little off angle on this 9. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I think you have to take what the table gives you, go underneath the 10 here, shoot in the top right next. Yeah, just trying to swing that around. You can get caught a lot of times missing the ball or just ending up really far away. Vero drills the second sudden death spot shot as well. And if we get a chance possibly between games on this table, if they're still shooting over there, I'll pan the camera over and we'll see if we can get a view of that. And what kind of shot does Ashley have here? I think she needs to elevate the cue just a little and punch this one in the lower right. Get the cue ball to bounce off the left side rail out near middle table. Don't need to be straight in on the 10. Just need to have a makeable shot. So middle table, leave her a cut. She can certainly handle. Tricky little shot. A cue ball finds a drink, and so does the 9. So ball in hand for Leanne to tie this one up at 2. And I think Jana has made the third sudden death shot as well. Unbelievable moments over there. So let me see what I can do to try to pan us over there a bit. For all you spot shot fans, this is what Vero's looking at to try to continue this match. Don't mind the autofocus and the somewhat brightness as we're quite the distance away from this table. You can also see the nice little Predator booth set up in the background there. Mark White, Tim DeRuiter banging out the commentary on the World Billiard TV YouTube channel. Let's see what Vero's got. It's a must make. Oh, and she misses it. The handshake. And Vero's exiting the tournament earlier than anyone would have expected. But very, very stacked field here. So no shame, of course. All right. And they're back to our main camera here with Leanne having tied this match up at 2. I got you guys. I panned over. I got it. A little fancy camera work. And it looks like these players are on break. There's a little player timeout here. So I'll do something like this just so you guys know they are on timeout. And these ladies are back from their break. Leanne with the break off to try to get herself on the hill here in this first set. Quite the matchup here. Very intriguing with a couple of different sort of styles of play. Leanne is bringing it. I think according to Fargo ratings, she's the underdog here. And according to WPBA rankings, she's a heavy underdog with Ashley Burrows being ranked number 5 in the event. Yeah, Laura, you bring up a good point. I think maybe I'll do a little more fancy camera work after this match. See what I can do to give you guys a little pan around the room. Maybe show the ins and outs of what it takes. And the amount of people working is absolutely unreal. I can't stress how monumental of a task it is to put on an event like this. It is just overwhelming. And so many people have come together to make it such a great success. I'm super proud of all of them. And of course, big shout out to one of my business partners, the man, the myth, the soon-to-be legend, Mr. Zemp. Just such an animal. That guy did so much work getting this together, and he worked tirelessly, and he still is. And I hope he's getting some rest because he's done so much, and he deserves it. And I think today is maybe a quieter day as far as things going on. So hopefully he has a little bit of a recoup day. And just catching up on the comments here on the YouTube, as it's not loading them for some reason for me, so I'm having to refresh. But SB wants to know what's the live to the 7-foot. It is Q Sports Live. You'll see two different streams. You'll see ours right here that we're watching, and you'll also see another one, which is our counterpart, Rod Arriagada from Winnipeg. He's streaming the 7-foot action over there on the newly unveiled Predator League tables. Beautiful 7-foots. Got a chance to play on them. They are amazing. They weren't kidding when they said it's the quietest table in the world. You can hold them to that. You can't even hear the balls drop. Sounds like the balls get stuck. Ron says, it would be cool to get a sweater with the Canadian Predator logo on it. Yeah, no doubt. I hear that. I got a couple of fancy shirts. I'm super pumped about it. Ashley just wanted to make sure she could pick up the ball there. It's the referee's job. Never hurts to ask, you know. And Hazel, to answer your question, how you rack 10 ball, you put the 1 in the front. You put the 10 ball in the middle. And in a lot of 10 ball rules, you put the 2, 3 on the back corners. But if it's a referee racking randomly, then it's not necessary. The 2, 3 in the back corners is to avoid people pattern racking, but the referees obviously don't pattern rack. Hopefully that answers your question there, Hazel. Of course, there are no bad questions. There are no dumb questions. No one ever feel dumb. Pool has many different forms. And I'm always more than happy to answer any questions you guys have about the games, the formats, the tables, the equipment, the players. The list goes on and on. If I don't know the answer, I'll find it. Good shot here from Ashley, but this cue ball is just slowing way down. She came up well short there. Pretty routine safety, just roll up onto the 4. She can probably get this one pretty tight as well. Freeze up on the 4, takes away at least the left side rail would be what I'd try to accomplish here, because the 8 may just block the right side rail anyway. Well, putting the 3 up on the rail is not ideal. This gives Leanne a much bigger area for error. Yeah, Hazel, that's how they keep from the pattern racking is in most forms of 10 ball, you know, when you're racking your own, they make you rack the 2, 3 on the bottom corners to avoid the patterns. Good hit from Leanne there, and she's left some distance between these balls and not an easy shot for Ashley. She's got to dial this one up from far away. And it's a little bit straight, so she's not going to be able to get straight in on the 4, most likely. She might just punch this one a little. Try to play the 4 in the corner next, I think, is the plan. Oh, and she hit it so well. What a great shot that was. She made that shot look way easier than it was. Super tough shot. She just speared it. So she just wants to make sure she gets a premium angle on this 5 ball next, the orange 5, in order to get down for the 6, because the 7... the brown 7 is a little bit tricky, and you don't necessarily want to have to play a 7-10 combo. It tends to be easier to run out than it is to combo out. Warren wants to know, how do you get interest back to get back to playing when you're always in pain? Well, it's tough, Warren. I mean, it's hard to focus through pain for sure. Well, you just have to find, usually it tends to be just the right group of people. Oftentimes I play tournaments and stuff not really for the competition or for the game. It's more for the friends, you know. The camaraderie, the conversations. Ted wants to know, will we cover the BCA state tournament in Wilmington, Ohio in October? We're not scheduled to cover it, if that's what you're referring to, but if yourself or anyone else out there, for that matter, is looking at having a tournament streamed with some expert commentary, you can shoot us a message through Facebook. You can send us an email, qsportslive@gmail.com, with your inquiry, and we will get back to you as soon as possible with a quote, so to say, and see what we can do to make it work. We have cameras, and we will travel. And we love pool. So a good safety from Ashley there, and a smart shot. Keeping Leanne contained. And a great hit from Leanne, but where's this going to end up? Right over the hole. Is the cue ball going to freeze up on it? Yikes. Not too much to be done for Ashley here. She doesn't have a whole lot of options. Try to put the cue ball right back where it was before, but it's a lot tougher now drawing up there. Chris Wade, yeah, we wish you were here too, pal. Yeah, that one was much tougher than the last one, so she's left the shot here. Great shot from Leanne there. Really great shot. A good chance to do some damage here and try to get herself on the hill first. Oh, and just missed the pot. So Ashley will have the chance to get on the hill first in this opening set. And yeah, Ted Richards, it could be too small of a venue, but we'll cram in the corner somewhere. You never know. We fit in tight spaces. I'm like crammed in the corner here behind some curtains, hidden away from the public. And to be honest, I quite like it. Nobody's bothering me over here. You usually get people coming up asking questions and standing right beside me having a conversation with somebody, and you can hear every word of it through these sensitive microphones. Warren wants to know where he finds the amateur matches. He's wondering if they will stream the ladies A-B final. So the brackets, I'm sure you know, Warren, but for everyone else, for the amateur event, they're on ctsondemand.com. And we don't control which matches they put on the stream. We try not to request any matches specifically over there, just because it does become sort of a conflict of interest. No matter how you look at it, it just becomes that way. So we kind of trust the tournament directors to do their job. They do it super well. They'll put finals over there. They'll put matches that they think need to be over there. So I'm not really sure. Warren? I would think most likely, because as far as I know, the gold division 10 ball is down to, or 8 ball is down to something like 4 players. And the platinum division still has quite a few left, something like 8. So if that's the only match that's in a finals at that time in the tournament, for sure they should put it over there, in my opinion. Ted Richards says the Predator tournament is scheduled at the same time, so I think they do it. Ted, I actually don't think they do. If it's like this U.S. Pro Billiard Series, they only stream the Pro Billiard Series. They don't stream the amateur side event, so we're kind of hoping that maybe, you know, we can team up and maybe that's something we can do in the future, is give them just extra coverage. So my suggestion would be to also make sure you let them know that you enjoyed what we did at this event, and that can go a long way to helping us be at other events. Yeah, draw on this shot, I think. Forward doesn't do much good. I think you have to heavy draw around. Yeah, and even the stun doesn't always work, but that worked just fine. Nice little rub there. Yeah, I think that was one of those shots, Terry, where you have to draw pretty heavy around, at least off 2 rails. Yeah, and Ted, obviously it'll have to be dependent on our schedule and stuff like that. So usually best, if you have some inquiries, just send a message to the page or an email, and we'll get back to you. Clean shot with the rest there from Ashley. And this 10 ball to put her on the hill first in this first set. And I like how she's taking her time here. She knows the importance of the moment. And this is a winner side match, so the winner of this will qualify for the final 16, I believe, which I will confirm in one moment here. They are playing on these beautiful Predator Apex 9-footers. And one feature I really love about these tables, you can see in this top picture, is the flushness, the flatness of the pocket on the rail. So it's totally flush across. There's no high spots, no raised rubbery or metal spots. So you can always level bridge, which I think is super important in pool. So indeed, the winner of this match will qualify for the final 16. We have 2 players have already qualified, Brittany Bryant and the player we just watched, Ilol Kibaraglu. And just to give you all a bit of an idea of the view of the room here, we got some folks sweating this match right here. On one of the stream tables, Tyson Calgary player Tyson Baudistel is in the Final Four, I believe, of the Gold Division 8 ball. And it looks like they started some mini tournaments in the room as well, so plenty going on here in Red Deer, Alberta at the Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center. So indeed we have Tyson playing Bruce Chiang in the Final Four. The winner of that will play Mick Landers at 1:30 in the Final 3. So they're going to have a couple matches in a row on Table 1 there. We are streaming Table 1 and 2 in the amateur event. CTS On Demand is where you can find the brackets for all of that coverage. Ron says he'd love to work for Predator. Yeah, from what I see, amazing company to work for. And they're doing huge things in the game. They're making big moves. They have very vast vision. And I'm super proud to work alongside them. So pretty thin shot there on the 2-ball. Drained by Leanne. Very nice shot. She needs to win this rack to keep herself alive in this set. Jason wants to know if we're having a viewer advantage. I don't think we are. I don't think we are. That's that'll be a question I'll have to ask Grant and Dan when I see them today. But I don't believe we are doing a viewer advantage for this event. 3-8 combination here. Really tough shot. She almost scratched, but it stayed up. I wonder if Ashley is a little bit hooked by the horn here. Let's take a look at the side view. I think, yeah, she's going to elevate and try to masse this. She did well just to get the hit there. I don't think she had a whole lot. A little bit fortunate from Leanne to hide her behind the horn there. Well, let's see what Leanne can do to try to force a hill-hill game in this first set. Oh, she hit that one pretty firm. I'm not sure. I think she lost the cue ball a bit. She might have just caught it a hair thin as well. I think she's just trying to kind of go 2 rails out to the middle of the table. And she lost it. So ball in hand on the 4 for Ashley. Try to clean these up and take the first set down. Aw, thank you, Laura Berg. Very kind of you. Very kind comment. Much appreciated. I know we're busting our butts. We still are. We still are. It's still a long way to go, and we're not there yet. We'll continue to keep trying to innovate, trying to keep up in the game. She's perfect on this 6-ball, and these lay pretty nice to get out here. If she can just maintain shape on the 7, the 8 is right next door near the side pocket, so shouldn't be too hard. She's got to make sure she gets relatively straight on the 7. You don't want a whole lot of angle going either way. Ted thinks he owes me a shirt. I got too many shirts, Ted. It's okay, pal. The problem with a lot of those shirts is they say my name on them, so I can't even donate them or anything, you know? Uh-oh, is this sliding behind the 10? Did this hold up? Did this hold up just enough? I think it did. She's got just enough and a touch of angle where drawing back brings her over to the left side of the table. Touch further would have been ideal, but this is no problem. If you pot this with a high ball, high tip on the cue ball should just bring you back and forth across to shoot the 10 in either corner. Yeah, Ted, next time I see you, pal, for sure. Okay, back and forth. Look out. She crashed and burned. Not the worst case, though. I still think she'll make this shot. Let's see if that elbow drops. Or if it stays right up high where it is. Oh, and that was a clean stroke. Looks like these ladies will take a 5-minute break here. And so will I. Don't go far, everyone. They won't be gone long. First set goes to Ashley Burrows. They're going to reset, do it all over again. So let me just mark up this first set for Ashley here. Something like that. All right, everyone. We'll be right back. Player timeout. Don't go far. Use the washroom, get some popcorn. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, I'm back, so we'll just wait for the ladies to return. Looks like we got the referee back. Ladies are back. Referee will rack up the balls, and we'll get underway with the second set. So this will move us over to set 2. Ashley taking down the first set with a score of 4-2. Adam Sidlitz in the Facebook chat. They are indeed doing mini, sir. I think they've ran 3 already. So get on down, jump in some minis. And a shout out to one of our sponsors, Leather Pocket Billiards in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My homeroom. Beautiful pool room. Just got all brand new cloth. Arcadia Predator cloth on all the tables, playing super nice. We got a big tournament coming up next Wednesday evening. It starts. You don't want to miss it. It's the CSL Invitational. Plenty of great players there. Lots and lots of high-level pool going to be happening. David Wilson, our link master David, with the link there for CTS On Demand. I'll give you guys a view of the room here. I'll try to give you a little bit of a small tour. Maybe once this match is done, we'll pan you around a little bit. So it looks like we only have one of these ladies back, so still on player timeout. We do have 2 other streams going on in the room currently. Our Q Sports Live Winnipeg counterpart, Rod Arriagada, rocking the mic on the 7-foot tables. You can find him on Facebook on Q Sports Live. We got 2 videos going. And, of course, the main table, the arena table, happening on World Billiard TV. And that's on YouTube. And it looks like their noon match actually ended, so the next match they have will be at 2 o'clock, so in about 40 minutes' time. Sakura Muramatsu taking on Joanne Ashton. Looks like the ladies are back and ready to start this second set. So hopefully you all had a chance to maybe use the washroom, get a snack, refill the drink. And Leanne to break off this second set. She must win this set to force a shootout. She breaks from the corner. She makes a ball. One ball is going to dress up near the 10. Oh, and it just clears it. I thought she might be getting an early one there, but she's got a nice shot here on the 1. 2 ball on a nice line to get to next. The blue 2. Obviously, the issue here will be the 6, 7, 10. But I tend to think this 6 possibly passes into the lower right. It's not going to be her problem now, as she's misplayed the spin there. It's something I've seen a lot of on this new cloth. Is very grippy, so when you play below center cue ball, it wants to bite it a lot. And I've seen quite a few players misjudge that one, including myself. As I mentioned, we have the new cloth, that leather pocket, and I misplayed that one a couple of times. So she'll have to kick 2 rails here because the 8's cut off the 1 rail path. So she only has a 2 rail path, I believe, but she's gone back over and looked at the 1 rail. I don't think that's the correct choice. I think this is a 2 rail path. This 1 rail is very close to the 8. Yeah, it's just straight into the 8. I don't think she could ever avoid that 8 ball. So now it's just a matter of, does the 6 pass the 10 into the lower right, because that would clear the way for the 7 to go in the lower left. But this is not easy. Ashley just joking with the ref there. Can you wipe this triangle off? I like that one. I might use that one. This ball is clean, but can you wipe this red dot off it? So what's going to make this finish very difficult is obviously the 6 and the 7, but I'm also seeing the 9 ball as being a factor here. If you don't get very precise on the 6, it's going to be very hard to get on the 7 with the correct angle to get on the 9. It's not going to matter for Ashley yet. I don't think we'll see that happening too many times from these ladies. A missed ball in hand. And my apologies for the autofocus there. I haven't seen that come up yet today. Hopefully I managed to turn it off. And she's completely lost control of this one. It really got away from her. Again, the draw, the low spin on these tables, it just grabs it. Which I think is super nice. When you need to zing that cue ball, you can really get it moving. And so we see some fancier shots, you know, lots of cue ball spin, lots of movement of the cue ball is very exciting, in my opinion. I don't want to watch a bunch of stop shots, right? You know, she might get second prize here. She's put the 3 near the hole, but I think the 4 is blocking the path. Can she see just enough to spin this, possibly? Lots of right spin, slow. Well, I think she tried to play the double kiss. A tricky little shot. She wasn't left with a whole lot of options there. Nor is Leanne. I think she needs to try to play this cue ball down near the 6-7 and try to contain the 3. But it's a little tough to tell from this angle if she can thin the 3 enough to avoid the side and get the cue ball behind the 6-7. 6-7-10 is a big blocker. A little wall of blockers there. She's going to need some siding to grab there, and it didn't. So it's possible she didn't really have that shot. It wasn't really on. It was kind of needed to be too thin on the 3, and the side pocket was in play that way. So Ashley with an extra chance here. Spear this 3 and draw over near middle table. A little past middle. She wants to get close to straight on the 4, and she has. Oh, and it might have rolled just like a ball width too far. I don't think she can go forward and all the way back. And if she draws, she's going to have the wrong angle on the 6. Autofocus is being funny. Oh, and I like what she did there, because if she just soft drew, she was going to have the wrong angle on the 6. So she tried to go into it. Let's see what she's got here. Yeah, I think she just missed it on the way by and ended up hooked. But I don't think she had an option there. I think she had to try and draw into it. Yeah, good afternoon, CJ in the Facebook chat. You are very welcome for the coverage, sir. And everyone else out there tuned in, we appreciate you all. All we ask of you for these free streams is that you share them. Leanne in the YouTube wants to know, why doesn't Predator have 4-inch pockets? They probably could make them upon request, but most of the players actually think 4 is a little too tight. And I've talked to some players about this, some high-level players, and they think it takes away from the excitement of the game a little bit. Because on tight pockets, you can't shoot all the same shots. You got to play way more safeties. And you can't quite move the cue ball around quite as much. So it does take away the excitement of the big shots with the lots of spin, you know? And CR Buke in the YouTube. Welcome, sir. You're welcome for the stream, and thank you for the nice comment. I hope everyone else out there is enjoying the stream and the commentary, as well as our other Q Sports live stream. Rod Arriagata rocking it on the 7-foot tables over there. And, of course, the main arena table. They've had some great commentary over there as well. I saw Tim DeRuiter and Mark White rocking the booth this morning. They're doing a bang-up job. Those two are a good combo. And you can find the Predator Arena stream on World Billiard TV on YouTube. Ashley Burrows rolling in the 6. She's going to end up with not the best angle on this 7 to be able to do anything with the 9. So she'll probably just draw back, try to get the cue ball close to where it is now. And just take a little bit of an angle on the 9. Shouldn't be a massive issue. And if she hates that enough, she can stun follow about 3 inches and take the bank on the 9. Bank side. I think it'd be extremely tough to get where she just pointed. Brian wants to know, how does the Predator bar box shelves compare to Diamond bar box shelves? Equal or less shelf? Surely it's more shelf than a Valley, right? They're considerably tighter than a Valley, that's for sure. I think the shelf depth is very similar to a Diamond, but definitely a little bit different. I think the way these pockets are cut is pretty ideal, and the depth of the shelf is pretty good for the game. I think it's just difficult enough, but not so difficult that we can't, you know, step outside the box here and there, so to say. And good evening, David Twig from Scotland. Thank you, sir. We're going to have a barn burner of a next match. Let me tell you, folks, they got a match scheduled 2 o'clock here on Q Sports Live, Table 2 in the Women's Canada Open Kelly Fisher, #1 in the world, taking on Christina Zlativa. Guaranteed to be a fantastic match. Christina coming all the way from Bulgaria. And of course, Kelly Fisher, Charlotte, North Carolina. And yeah, Predator commenting, Predator Quebec Pro-Am Tour, the Quebec boys commenting on the stream there. The leveling system is amazing on those 7-foots. They went a little extreme on that, and it's perfect. And I love the way it's got extra points of leveling, but you can also level with the caster feet on the bottom, which is ideal for big tournament setup, because the tables can be re-leveled very easily right on the spot. And they also have the middle leveling system to level out the slate as well. So Ashley missed what I thought to be a pretty makeable shot for her on that 10 ball. If she gets an extra chance here, it won't be a problem. If she doesn't, that one might be memorable. Not only for us, but for her too. Those little misses like that, they can do funny things to your mind. Of course, the game is mostly mental. And the bracket from David Wilson there. ProBilliardSeries.com. Leanne drains the 10 to punish Ashley for that one. And once again, my apologies for this autofocus. See what I can do to try to get it to stop doing that. Leanne leading 1-0 in the second set. Must win this set to force the shootout. And of course, alongside this pro event, we have the CSI Western Canadian Championships. And if you'd like to watch that, we do have a stream there as well on Facebook. Q Sports Live's counterpart from Winnipeg, Rod Arriagada, just doing a bang-up job over there, putting in lots of hours. Super passionate about what he does. I love what he does. And we're super happy to have him here, knocking that commentary out of the park over there. And we're hoping to maybe swap it up at some point today. I'm thinking we'll try to do it after the 2 o'clock round, because the following match won't be until 5 o'clock. They have a small dinner break. So maybe we can iron it out during the dinner break and get Rod over here and myself over there. Looks like a dry break from Leanne there, but she's left Ashley in a real tough spot. Let's see if we can get to this side view quick. Elevated over this 5. They are playing all ball fouls, so she cannot touch the 5 with her cue. She tried to get that cue ball up under the 6-7, but didn't quite get there. Back to our main camera here. Let's see what Leanne's looking at. Looks like one ball in the corner or the side. Both shots definitely available, but tough to maintain shape on the 2 ball. The side is definitely taking you further away from the 2, but the corner might be a scratch, and it wasn't, and she hit a beauty there. What a shot. What a shot. Split the uprights, never touched the side rail with that 1 ball. That was in on a 4-inch pocket. Don Quinchelo, thank you for tuning in, sir, and good afternoon, George. Everyone else tuning in, we appreciate you all, of course. As always, make sure you're sharing that stream lots for me today. We got plenty of great matches to come after this one. And another question in the YouTube is, have I heard any feedback regarding the new Predator 7-foot tables being used here? I have, and the players seem to love them. Overwhelming majority of the feedback is that they're just playing awesome. And I mean, what a treat to have these beautiful Predator Arena lights over the tables. And another thing that can't be underrated is the Arcos 2 balls are just the best. I'm not exaggerating this. I think these are the best balls ever made for pool. And I've played with a wide variety of different sets. And I just think the way they react is exactly how they're supposed to react. They very rarely skid. I don't think in all the matches we've had here, we haven't seen a single one, which is almost unheard of to go this many games without a single skid. So I'm a huge fan of the balls and the tables and the lights. Nicola wants to know where one can see the draw and where's all the live matches happening. Please drop the links. So if David Wilson's still out there, he'll probably drop the links for you to the brackets for the pro event here that we're watching. You can go to probilliardseries.com and you'll find Canada Open right at the top of the page. That'll take you to the bracket. For the amateur events on the 7-foot over there, you can find it on ctsondemand.com. And so the tables we're streaming on the 7-foots. Q Sports Live on Facebook only for those ones. Tables 1 and 2. Over here in the pro side of the room, we are streaming table 2 on Facebook and YouTube under Q Sports Live. And on table 1, the Predator Arena table, you can find the stream for that under World Billiard TV on YouTube. Joe, yeah, I think better than diamonds. I mean, it's pretty early to say. It is pretty early to say, but from what I can tell, yeah, they are. And one thing that stands out to me right away that separates them is how flat they are, how flush the pockets are. Diamonds still have that round rubber hump at the back of the pockets. And when you have to cue over that, you have to elevate a little. And anytime you elevate in pool, it becomes very tough to control how much spin you're using. So I think level bridge is very important. And these tables are allowing us players to keep that level bridge a little more often when cueing out of a pocket. The one thing I really love about both tables is the sound. The sound on the 9-foot is very appealing to me. It's like takes me back. Takes me back in the day. It's got a very nice acoustics to it, to the pocket drop. And the 7-foots, they weren't kidding when they said it's the quietest table in the world. So I think they're going to make excellent home tables. Really excellent home tables. Because who doesn't want a really quiet table in their home, you know? Pool can be a very loud game with the balls rolling through the tracks and whatnot. Ashley Burrows cleaning up those balls to tie this second set at 1. And we made history here in Canada. Biggest prize purse for a women's event ever in Canada. These ladies playing for a big chunk of change. Looks like some players are starting to roll in for their 2 o'clock match, which will start in 20 minutes. So they're rolling in, starting to practice, get a little warmed up. I believe our 2 o'clock match here is going to be a little behind. So Ashley to break, all tied up at 1 here, racing to 4 in the second set. Leanne must win this set to force the spot shot shootout. Ashley's saying, I don't think so. What a break off. Will the 2 ball cover the 1? I think she might just have it. She might just have it. It might be just close enough to the pocket that she can spin it a little. So she can also get the cue ball around. Maybe 2 rails in behind the 2, coming around the 2 and behind it to shoot in the same pocket. It's lots of right spin here, I would believe, unless she can see a ton of it, then maybe left spin, but she hit the 2 on the way through. And that's going to be a ball in hand for Leanne. And I wonder if she contemplates a 3 foul here. If you can make your opponent foul consecutively 3 times in a row, you win the game. And with the way these balls lay, the 6 ball doesn't have a home, so I don't mind playing the safety here because you can also get the 1 near the 2 possibly, and the 3rd safety if you get another ball in hand. Shouldn't be that hard to get tight. You need that 1 ball near some balls in order for the next safety to be available. But I do like going the other way because she could also clip the 7 with the cue ball and sort of open up the 6. Just in case Ashley did happen to hit the next shot. But you see what I mean? I like what she did there, getting that 1 ball up near the 2. And now if Ashley doesn't hit this or move those balls, the 8-2-1, then Leanne can easily put her in jail again. And possibly win this game by 3 foul, which I don't think we've seen yet in this event. Actually, we did see a 3 foul, but it wasn't called. The referee didn't warn the player that they were on 2, so. And neither did the opponent. Up and over this 4, 7, 6, 10, trying to get a hit on this 1. Oh, and she gets a beautiful hit, and that's going to avoid her getting 3 fouled. Fantastic shot from Ashley Burrows there. Number 5 seed in this field. My mom tuning in on the Facebook, welcome. Looking forward to being back home for a couple days before the Q Sports Live Invitational happens at Leather Pocket, where we'll be bringing you all the coverage there, of course. So let's see if Leanne can regain that 1 game lead she had. 6 ball still in trouble down there. She's going to be too straight on this 3 to get anything on the 4. I think the shot here, let's take a little look at the side angle quickly. Yeah, it's hard to elevate here and get it to draw enough without it kind of hopping. So it's possible she could play a rail first shot, but I think the 3 is a little far out. I actually don't play in this event. These BCA CSI events you can't play if you're over 720 Fargo rating. Which, to be honest, I don't mind. I'm quite enjoying just taking in all this great pool. I've already learned a couple of things, picked up on a couple of little nuances. And I hope everybody enjoys the fact that I am sitting here all day and not taking off to go play. They had to postpone the men's pro event, and we didn't get enough interest. So that event will be postponed. But I do have a big announcement for an event that I got invited to. And I'm hoping we can announce that this evening. She getting a rail after a 4 just gets the rail. In these rules, you do need to get a rail after you contact the object ball. So a rail before doesn't matter. It's the rail after that is needed. So Ashley with a tricky one here. Wayne goes over to make sure that ball's not frozen, because then she would need to get a rail after she hits it. Oh, thanks, Mom. I hope other people enjoy listening to me talk too, because I certainly don't. When I go back and listen to my own commentary, it's terrible. Can't stand the sound of my own voice. Which is not good for Grant. So we got 150 watching on the YouTube, 120 on the Facebook. Do me a big favor, everyone out there. Click that share button for us. Click the thumbs up on the YouTube. That's all we ask of these free streams, is that you share it up. Show a little love. Get it out there to the masses. Oh, great shot there from Leanne. Really nicely controlled. Hello, Eleanor Collado in the YouTube chat. We miss you at this event. It's not the same. I have the announcer's voice, says my mom. Not that she's biased. That's right, Warren. I don't have to listen to it. Just you guys do. So as long as you guys enjoy it, it don't matter. Really great shot from Ashley there. Really impressive. To two-rail that ball out and maintain control of the cue ball to stay behind the 6 was not easily done. She did really well there. I think she's left Leanne just the edge of this ball. She might try to get the cue ball back where it is now, while leaving the 5 down here. Oh, she just banked the 4. That is the 4. She just banked it up there, trying to contain it, but she came up a little short of the mark. Ashley's got a pretty makeable shot here, although you kind of have to play this with a lot of outside or a lot of inside, which makes it a little tricky to pot the ball and get shape on the 6. Green 6 is the next ball. And Warren, I'm happy with the quality of the commentary. I just think my voice is annoying. Just a little bit. Just a little. but I know you guys enjoy it, so that's all that really matters to me. So, makeable shot here for Leanne, mind you, very tough one. Very tough one, and she needs to play it a little bit slow to hold the cue ball underneath the 6. She's going to need to play the 6 in the lower right next. Oh, she went forward, but I think that brought the side into play because she just missed it, scratching in the side, but she overcut the ball. Warren found the amateur stream for a game, but Rod shut it down to go for lunch. That's fair. Rod's been working super, super hard. Just kind of been going nonstop, so we won't hold it against him for going for lunch. Poor guy's got to eat too, right? I had a big breakfast, so I'm good to go till dinner. I even have a slight amount of leftover breakfast over there. And I could always run over and grab some Steph toy snacks, you know. Steph to the rescue. Thank you, George Sanderson and Terry. I hope the players enjoy it as well as the viewers. I hope maybe the players will pick up a thing or two here and there. I know I've picked up lots from going back and watching my matches that were streamed and just listening to the commentary. Oftentimes you get in the match and you get a little bit of that tunnel vision. Slight amount of tunnel vision, and you don't always see everything that's going on. And sometimes the commentators, they'll see a thing or two that you didn't. So we're definitely going to be behind schedule on the next round of matches on this table, next match, which is going to put dinner behind as well, which could also put Rod and I switching streams behind as well. We just need a little time to coordinate and figure out each other's system. Rod runs a different software than we run, so he'll have to show me just quick little tutorial on how to start and stop his and keep score, and I can show him over here how to start and stop ours and keep score. Great question from Guy Nicklin in the Facebook there. Wants to know what's stopping a 4-man team of 680s from competing in the CSI team event. That question was actually asked, and you're not allowed to do that. And thanks, Templa Pool, sharing it on their page. Much appreciated. Eric, we are indeed running Wirecast. I'm a huge fan of Wirecast. I love the program. I think it does everything we need it to do. The only way we could sort of up our game with this Wirecast is to get the replays running. But it is something that I couldn't do myself, doing solo commentary. We would need an extra hand to run the replays and keep the score and run the ads and answer questions on the comments and. And Ashley wins the third game. Take a 2-1 lead in the second set. 2 more games she needs to take this match down. Leanne needs to win 3 more to force a shootout. And if you're wondering what I'm referring to with the shootout, here it is. 4 innings each. Alternating sides. Highest score wins. If they tie after 4 innings each, shooting from the green rectangle, then they'll turn that rectangle into a little square, half the size. Move it back, make the shot about twice as hard. And that will be sudden death. Yeah, it's not written in the rules, apparently, Guy Nicklin. They should have had it for sure. Eric's running XSplit in the Predator Tour. XSplit, I don't know much about that program. I've heard it's a good program. Oh, a nice little extra kiss to put that 3 ball in, but I don't think she can see the 1 to make it. And thank you, Mr. DeWolf. I appreciate that, sir. I think I do okay. I do okay. And if you're watching on YouTube, it has a great feature where you can live rewind. So you guys can run your own replays if you so choose. And of course, we can always go back and watch these streams later. Some of the reason we loved partnering with Predator is they have the same vision, free streams, grow the game. So all the streams are always archived on the Facebook and the YouTube channels, never going anywhere. Can always go back and watch them, and I quite enjoy that. I love going back and watching matches. It's what I do in my spare time, is watch pool. Most of my spare time. Jumping up over this 2 ball, try to pot the 1 she pushed to there. Smart push. That's often what you have to do in this game now. Oh, and look at this for second prize. Frozen right up on the 5. Does she have the right side rail to even kick and hit this ball? She might need to masse to get anywhere near it. And I'll tell you what, on this slippery cloth, tough to get that spin to bite enough. So she's in tough here, and it's become a pressure moment in this set. She doesn't want to be going down 3-1 when she needs to win this set to force a shootout. Thanks, Jay. And of course, Eleanor on the YouTube channel. Appreciate that. Appreciate the nice comments, everyone. Next match, Fonzo, was scheduled for 2 o'clock. And so before I say anything else, I'll just confirm that they haven't moved them tables. They may choose to move them tables, just because this match is running a little long. Not overly long, just a little. It's most of these matches are scheduled to go about hour and a half, 2 hours, so. They're right around the 2-hour mark now. So let me just look quick, make sure they didn't change this up on me here. Still scheduled for 2 p.m. on this table. Kelly Fisher, world number 1, taking on Christina Zlativa. And that is scheduled for 2 o'clock, which is in 2 minutes. But they'll probably take a small break in between this match. Let the referee have a break. Let the ladies warm up a little bit on the table for their next match. And then we'll get it underway. So make sure you tell your friends about that. Share it up. Make sure you share that stream lots. Gonna be a good one, that one. Oh no, she caught the horn there on the side and missed the pot. Is she ending up behind a ball again? Has she gotten away with it again? I don't think so. I think the 4 is available into the top left this time. But she almost ended up frozen right behind a ball again after a missed pot. Let's see what Leanne can do. Try to pot this 4. Kind of a little stun shot. You want to stun the cue to the left side rail and back out. She had enough to make it in the side. Well, that makes shape way easier. And is she straight enough to just draw back a little and play the 6 from a small angle? Or does she need to kind of zing this one around a bit? Try to find a better angle on the 6. Yeah, I don't mind this where she's looking. If that's where she can get, then I think that's the highest percentage play. You're not trying to do too much. Take what the table gives you. Don't play any ridiculously crazy shots. Now, looks like they got a good one on the World Billiard TV page on YouTube. Sakura Muramatsu taking on Joanne Ashton, number 8 seed in the field here. So a great shot from Leanne there. She's landed pretty close to straight in on this 6. If the cue ball will go into the 8, she'll play it that way. If not, she'll go past the 8 with some top spin. Oh, I was just going to say, she's just got to watch she doesn't clip it and end up behind it, and that's exactly what happened. And that one's kind of a big shot here, unless she can find a way out of this situation. It might be 3-1 Ashley. Steven says it's a Brunswick with a lipstick. Far from it, sir. Far, far from it. I know, because I've seen it in person. Played on it, felt it, heard it. I've seen the inside of it. I've seen the bottom of it. Both tables. It is no Brunswick, sir. Oh, look at this. I think that 7's going to get just far enough down there to not leave a shot. I think she can see the right edge of this ball. Let's see what she can do with it here. Let's go with a side angle, which I will try to adjust at some point today. Don't worry. I just have to find the right time where I'm not distracting a bunch of ladies too. Certainly they're playing for a lot of cash. Oh, and she's found cover behind the 10, or has this just leaked out? Yeah, Blake was here last night. He saw inside the 7-foot too. It's a genius design. I can't believe how over the top they went with the design of the inside of that table to make it super quiet. But of course, with anything, you know, equipment-wise, people are always going to have varying opinions. That's right, Leonard. CCS Canadians will be played on these tables. And he wants to know how many are there. You mean there by here? At the Western Canadians, there's 35 in the room here. 35 7-foots. And 9 9-foots. And I believe Canadians would be more like 50 tables. 50, 60 tables, I think. Last time I was there, Niagara Falls, 60 tables, I want to say. Oh, she floats that ball in beautifully. That was a tricky little shot. She had to cheat the hole and float it about 6 feet. But another tester here. She can cut this one in the side, but she's got to avoid hitting the 10. If the cue ball catches the 10, we might see it disappear on the bottom right. And missing the 10, I don't know if she can just hold it down there. She might have to go up and down. She plays it in the corner and tries to come across. Smart play, but equally tough shot, in my opinion. She was definitely in a real tough spot there. Leonard, it's going to be way better than the Valleys. Yeah, we can guarantee that much. my opinion on Predator products is that they just have the most invested in the game, and they're always going to be the most innovative, and they're probably always going to have the best products. And their vision is amazing. So I think players should be getting behind them. They have a huge vision for this game. They really want to help grow the game the right way, legitimize it, professionalize it, make the payouts huge, make sure the players are making a decent living and getting the correct amount of exposure, helping the junior programs, just doing all the right things to help grow the game. So another chance on this 8-ball for Leanne. Equally tough shot, similar to the last one. I think the side pocket is the play here. Pretty natural path of the cue ball to end on the 9 just like that, but she missed the pot on the 8. And is this cuttable in the side? I think it is, but it's super razor thin. These are the kind of shots you got to stay like incredibly still on. If you flinch just a little, you're going to fan the whole ball. Oh, she's going to need a rub on the 10 to slow the cue ball. Well, she has a shot, but not an easy one by any means. Yeah, Niagara Falls is going to be an epic event, Leonard, for sure. So does she try to float this in the side pocket? With maybe just slightly below center cue ball to try to stay below the 10. Maybe with a two-way. Or does she try to bank it? She played the bank with the two-way below the 10, but 9-ball leaked out to the left side of the table, and Leanne has a great shot on this 9. Chance to tie this up at 2. Low English here. Low left, I believe. But just low would suffice as well. She just steadying her nerves. She knows it's a really big shot. If she doesn't make this shot, she probably loses the match. Can't afford to be going down 3-1 here after losing the first set. It's an absolute must make. And she's overcut it now. She needs to get lucky. And she's not gonna. This ball's gonna dress up near the side pocket for Ashley. A little bit of a cut, but shouldn't be a problem. Cue ball's coming around pretty natural. Debbie, yeah, Niagara Falls 2023. That's right. I believe it'll be just after the BCA, so. Yeah, Warren, sounds good, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Ashley needs this one to track a little, and it's going to. This shot for a 3-1 lead here in the second set. Put her on the hill, trying to close this one out and move on into the final 16. The winner of this will be into the final 16. The loser will need to win a match to qualify. And indeed, she does drain it. 3-1 is the lead. Ashley Burrows 1 game away from the final 16. Here at the Predator Canada Open. Looks like Mr. Knight's got those balls set. And Ashley is going to break to try to take this one home. Does anyone know where it is in Canada in 2023? The Canadians? Is that what you're referring to, Debbie? I assume it'll be in Niagara Falls again. Yeah, they don't often move it from there. And yeah, Leonard, last Canadians, 2018. Seems so long ago, I know. I believe, yeah, it was 2018. 2019, it just did not happen. Yeah, Fallsview in March, I believe. 3rd week of March. Leonard wants to know, was that referee yesterday Patrick? I believe so. I believe that is that gentleman's name. So look where this cue ball ended up. Way up there, hanging in the jaws. Does she try to take on this 10 ball? Looks like she's called it. Gonna try to skinny the 1 into the 10. Cue ball should be safe from going in the lower left. I believe the 9 is blocking that off. It's a bit of a free chance. What a shot that is. What a shot. Unbelievable shot from Leanne to keep herself in this match. Unbelievable stuff to stay alive. Playing with the beautiful Predator Arcos 2 balls. I love them. Super, super consistent, these balls. Leonard wants the replay. Yeah, I don't have the replay running. It would just be too much, I think, with our software to run the replay and try to run the ads and the score and the comments. And. But if you're watching on YouTube, you can back it up. You can rewind. Watch it again if you like, or when the match is done, of course. Sometimes I note the time in the match when a magical shot happened, so you could note it around the 2-hour, 15-minute mark. If you want to go back and watch that one. She dialed it up from way, way downtown. Cue ball right in the jaws. Ron says, see you there, Ben. See you at Fallview. Ron, I don't think I'll be going, to be honest. I don't think so. I mean, I'll be sanctioned and I'll qualify and all that, but I'm not allowed to play. I'm not allowed to play, Ronnie. The game of the boot. They said, you had your fun. Now it's time for you to go. You never know, I might be there just hanging out with the buddies or whatever, but But playing is no longer an option for me at CCS events, which was a shame because they gave me my last year. I got to play Nanaimo and Penticton, and then I never got to play Westerns or Canadians. So maybe I could sweet talk Ted into letting me play Westerns and Canadians since I got ripped off. I got ripped off by COVID. Ashley looking at a safety here because she doesn't like where the 5 is. Nothing wrong with the 3 to the 4, but the 5 is almost unplayable from a lot of spots. So she would almost need the cue ball where the 7 is in order to play the 5. So she doesn't mind the safety to stick this one up behind the 8. She's not getting to the rail. Oh, and she's not going to be thrilled with that. She decelerated. If you were watching, her stroke didn't finish. That's something us pool players do lots. So if I'm Leanne here, I'm just going to pot the 3 and go into the 10 with the cue ball. Softly. And that's going to open up the 5. Because the problem I'm seeing with the safety is you're going to put the 3 up there. And unless you're going to move the 5 or the 10 with the safety, you're still going to have the same problem later on. So you have to do one of two things here. You have to keep the 3 near the 5-10. Or you have to use the cue ball to move the 5 and maintain the safety. Looks pretty good to me, but as mentioned, she did not develop the 5. So if she gets ball in hand here, it's not changing the situation at all. It's actually worse than it was because now the 3 is way up there where you can't develop the 4, or the 5 rather, sorry. So what might look like a fabulous shot at first glance, strategically wise, is just not helping her here. So we'll see if Ashley can recognize that and just make sure she doesn't move the 5 or the 10. So kind of a free shot to try to hit this 3. If she makes it, great. If she doesn't, no problem. And also where that 3 is obviously the 3rd foul if she was going to try to play a 3 foul. If she does get ball in hand, 3rd foul wouldn't have been easy anyway. Ashley made a fantastic hit there. And kind of, in my opinion, punished Leanne for not playing that as aggressive as she needed to. Not to point fault at her or anything. Sometimes I just hope players will go back, maybe listen to the commentary, and hopefully I can be a little helpful. And this time the 5's getting developed. But I think she's left the 3 in the open. I think this is potable. The problem I see is Ashley's pretty far away from it. And I think she needs to draw into the 10. I don't think she has enough angle to sort of go forward up to middle table to take angle on the 4 next. And she'd love to be straight in on the 4. Yeah, so the draw into the 10 is beautifully played. Really nicely played. I loved how smooth she hit that ball. So if you guys would like to follow along with the brackets here, they are on ProBilliardSeries.com. You'll find the tab there. So I'm just going to take a look at the Western Canadian Championships brackets. Just curious what's happening over here. Looks like My buddy Tyson finished 4th place. Nothing wrong with that. And I just want to take a look at the Platinum division, see where they're at. Looks like Andrew Jaworski won the A side over there. Nice little win for him. Oh, and she's absolutely perfect on the 7. She can just float this one in. Keep a little angle on the 8 so that she can float that and get the cue ball going towards the 9. And the 10 is so near the middle that she can kind of do whatever she wants with it. She could shoot it in a corner or a side. Yeah, Ben DeWolf says, nice stroke. This Ashley Burrows, had another player mention to me too. Her fundamentals are really good. She approaches the ball really well, and she's got that super smooth cue action. That's going to make the ball go in the hole a lot. And just that nice little pause at the end of her stroke. That one got away from her. Let's take a look at this side view. Does she have this ball? I don't think so. I don't think she has enough to pot this in the side, although she's getting down pretty quick to shoot it, so maybe she does. Drawn back to the right side rail and back out to the left side of the table. Oh, and she stroked it well. And she's going to get perfect. This is absolutely ideal position on the 9. Didn't want to land straight in. It's always nice to land with little angles, so now she can just float this one up. I think you want to play the 10 in the lower left next, Ashley. I think that's the shot. That way you can hit this 9 with a positive stroke. And just send it up. Just natural top spin, I think. I don't think you need any siding either way here. I think just top will take you there. Oh, she plays the super float it to play the 10 in the side next, and that's a beautiful little shot as well. Kind of a preference play there. Some players like to float the ball. Some players like to get a little more firm. And this 10 ball to put Ashley Burrows, the number 5 seed, into the final 16. And she drains it. And what a match from Ashley there. Fantastic match from Leanne as well. She's going to get another crack at the cat to try to qualify for the final 16. We will be back very, very shortly. I would imagine they're going to let the ladies play 1 rack each on this table in preparation for the next match. And then they're going to get right to it. So definitely do not go far, everyone. Coming right up, we will have world number 1, Kelly Fisher, taking on Christina Zlativa. Do not go far, folks. We will be right back.